Oh no! Oh no!
Oh yeah! Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. I don't quite know about being a £24 million player because he almost needed 24 chances tonight before he got his goal. But when he did, he took it well. He then took the shirt off. He celebrated in front of the home fans. He got a yellow card. But here, probably the best moment of the guy's career, and he confined Rangers to a 1-0 defeat in their opening Europa League game. Not a good night for Rangers. Russell Martin had a bit of leeway, had a bit of breathing space after the game against Hibs, despite not being particularly good against them, but they got the result. He was looking to build on it tonight, and it certainly did not happen. You can blame maybe Deal Mandy. I think once you go down to 10, it's always going to be difficult, but let's not pretend that Rangers looked like winning this game with 11 men on the pitch, because I don't think that was the case. And they simply were not good enough. 11 or 10 men, it's no excuse to just be this fucking lackluster in front of goal. And the lack of chances.
Genk were shite, right? They're not a good team. Look last season. Look when Rangers went down to 10 men against Robin Proctor got sent off against Bilbao. I was at that game, right? Dug deep. Barry Ferguson got them over the line. And with a lot of players that, a few of them are still here. John Suter played that day, right? So how can they dig deep and actually structure themselves defensively a few short months ago, but today, whether it was with 11 or 10, look at the state of the back line. Every ball over the top to and the rest of the Genk forwards, man, too easy. Russell Martin has to go. I did say pre-match that it didn't matter if we lost because Martin wouldn't be getting sacked. He's not going to get sacked off the back of a European game. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Especially not such a narrow defeat. I think it would have taken a large, heavy defeat similar to the Club Brugge.
But it's a disaster. The European magic's away. It's papered over the cracks pretty much since Gio came in. And now here we are where we just look shite. Genk aren't good. They are not good. I'm not going to read all the 14th in the Pro League, Belgian Pro League, right? When it comes down to it, they're like a top 5 team in that league. And it's a good league.
Yeah,
but they weren't that good.
I think anyone paying attention probably realised that the European... whatever you want to call it, the Rangers... The European form, or, the European performances that Rangers were producing, they've looked gone this year. I know they've done well to get past Panathinaikos and Victoria Pilsen, but I think those are two ties you would always expect Rangers to navigate.
And they made it difficult though. Very easily could have lost both of them, but
and then obviously the Club Brugge game speaks for itself. But
does this make the weekend must win? It was must win anyway. But do you believe if he loses at the weekend against Levy, I think, is he away?
He has to be. He fucking has to be.
He should be gone tonight. And again, see that fraud right there. I think he's about to do an interview. He is going to spin some narrative about it was the red that cost us.
I don't think it would have mattered.
It wouldn't have.
No, I don't think it would have mattered if Rangers won 3-0 tonight. I think he has to beat Levy.
Well, yeah, I would agree.
At the end of the day, getting after a win in Europe's alright, and getting to a League Cup semi-final's alright, but it's the league that matters. And how can you go half a dozen games into the league as Rangers and not have a win?
And only be 11th because Aberdeen are the worst team you've ever seen, by the way. Anyway, I think it's about time we get into this game of football. So let's do it. Game begins immediately. The high line is just brutal. Suter and Cornelius just can't do it. They don't have it, and they don't have the pace. Right?
I actually think I am convinced that Russell Martin and Jimmy Thielen are best friends, and they're trying to one up each other, and they're trying to shake the pressure up to each other with bad results. Because it seems to be when you think it seems to be when you think one of them is like in prime position to be the manager that's going to get sacked, the other one just goes and overtakes him in the sack race.
Well, that's kind of funny. Mikey Moore, right? He gets one shot away. His second one, he hoovers right off Raskin, and dare I say, if Raskin gets something on this, you just never know. Tav then wins a free kick.
Why is Mikey Moore starting?
Obviously because of some contract agreement.
Do you not think that Russell Martin, though, would actually maybe get some of the fans off his back a little bit?
You know what, though? I actually think Mikey Moore is one of the best players today. And that doesn't mean he shouldn't have started because his form's been shite.
Yeah, but do you think maybe Martin would do himself some favours if he came out and said what the actual deal is? Or is that just going to disrupt the club? Can you not do that to Mike Emil?
Do whatever you've got to do.
But see, if it was me, I would want to come out and say, look, I know he's not necessarily been great, but I'm forced to play him, kind of deal.
Yep. Right. Suter, header, cleared off the line. Great clearance for Genk. Can't even fault this. I mean, it should be a goal, but
Big
somehow
John
it's
almost
not.
getting the opening goal, but
Yep. Right. They counter attack. Misses an open net. His first of many. Really should score. No excuses not to score. Roshoyski then hits the post. Then has a few half chances, doesn't do anything. Right.
Did you have the feeling that hates Rangers tonight?
Aye, something like that.
Aye.
I know, but that's what the rivalry is, I guess, isn't it? Former players. I'd want a former Rangers man to do that, but nothing ever goes our way. So.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think was ever really considered to be one of them at Celtic, was he?
No, but that's why he's done it. He's not done it for no reason.
He wasn't.
He was getting pelters all night because of his shite finishing.
No, I know, but I just don't think he was. I don't think he was really considered this Celtic fucking legend that was going to go on and.
Well, he's not.
Do big things
No one's
against
going to
Rangers,
consider him a legend, but doing stuff like that will win him back in. Right. So penalty. James Tavernier goes up, heads it onto the arm of the Genk player. For me, it's a penalty. The ref bottles it and gives it as a push. If you're given a push for this, then pretty much half of goals across the globe could get wiped out. What's your thoughts?
I agree. I think it would have been a soft penalty, but I don't think it was a push.
But see, right, this is a header that's going on goal, on target, and it hits his arm below the t-shirt line. That's a pen.
Well, I mean, if it happened in the Scottish Premiership, and it was a certain team on the attack, then fucking it probably would have gave 2 penalties. just ask Stuart Kettlewell. But here, Rangers were so lucky, weren't they?
Yeah, so it doesn't get given. To me, I mean, it's not the worst decision of the game, and that is saying a lot. Right, Diamonde gets sent off. I have no complaints here. Lazy, high. What I would say is, for me, it's not a red, because if I was in control of the game worldwide, brother, I like these tackles where guys get the ball and, you know, they catch him a bit, but it's 2025, so it's a red.
The fucking ruins football. I think they should just make football. You shouldn't be allowed to tackle.
Aye.
Football's quickly becoming basketball, where you're actually allowed zero contact.
We both agree it's a red, but if we came up with a rule book, it would be a yellow.
Yeah, by today's standards, it's a red, but I think it's the same with the penalty. I think by today's standards, that's a penalty.
Yep.
For Rangers, but ideally, I wouldn't maybe not give it as a penalty, but by today's standards...
It's shite for Diamonde, though. It's lazy. It is. Even though he wins the ball, it's still needless. Right, then Genk get a penalty. To me, this fucking baffles me. I don't know how he's gave this. I don't even see anything. Tav, they're running. Tav, he skims his arm, and then it looks like they both kick each other, and he gives a penalty. And like I said during my stream, if he gives this penalty first, I think he gives the Rangers penalty. But they happened the wrong way about, and he made it all about him, the referee.
Well, by your logic then, should he not have given this one since he didn't give the Rangers one?
No, but I think he tried to make the event all about him, the match all about him. Do you not see the way he was like ushering players away? He was like, "Oh, I'm too good for you."
Calm down, you're a lowly paid referee, mate.
So what's your thoughts on that? Penalty or no penalty?
I thought it was very soft, I
mean, I know Boyd bangs on about eggs, right? But to me, the egg's still up the chicken's arse with this one, so can we really call it an egg? That took us to half time because Butland saved it. Missed the penalty, right? Into the second half we go. Asgard blazes over. Awful shot. Should do better. Didn't. At this point, they were just beginning to batter us, Genk. Ball gets whipped in. Again, at the back post. He's like a yard out. Misses it. I mean, he's stretching for it, but a guy worth 24 million should be putting this in the back of the net. That's all I'll say. And then they do score. Horrific defending.
Yeah, where is Cornelius and Tav on that right-hand side?
I don't know. John Suter left in no man's land. To me, this has to be a style of play. It has to be... Tav's always been shite. I'll give you that. In recent years, he's always been caught out in these situations. But, where is the other centre-back? What? You're not even fucking chasing... It's nil. You're 0-0 with 10 men. You don't need to have one guy at the back. Different if it's 1-0, 85th minute.
I thought the commentators made too much of the pass. I mean, how good a pass was it? See when you're wide open, like anyone could pick you.
No, but they did this all night.
Good finish, though. It was a good finish, Phil.
Good finish. Jambo Burley's me on double one, mutes the mic, don't even know what got cut out there. I mean, point is, what was I even...
Didn't even know that was the mic.
He didn't even know it was the mic. Well, O scores. Butland left on double one, then I was left on double one. Gazma drags a shot wide. They then make it 2-0. Oh, it's offside. It's not... I tell you what, it was close to being on. He makes it 2. Then Rangers hit the counter. Gets fizzed in for Mekoma, I believe. Or was it Raskin? I don't even know. Genk guy gets a foot on it. Almost goes into the back of the net. Gazima then dives, gets booked. We then see a triple change. Captain Beetroot, Connor Barron, and Miofsky comes on.
Don't know why Miofsky didn't start.
I've then written some distasteful words about Russell Martin in my notes, so we'll leave them for another day. And then, that's about it.
I know maybe not the right time to bring this up, but is it a mistake to get rid of Dessers? 'Cause I thought it was at the time.
I agree. No, see, that Shermitty deal.
Maybe
McCoy's is talking about it doesn't make any sense. It does make sense. You want to know why it makes sense? Because Kevin Tellwell, his fucking... he's fucking helped out his former club.
I want to know how much money's getting paid between them and like bonuses and stuff.
There is no fucking... Yo, how can they sign a guy?
No, but signing fees, bonuses and stuff. I bet you Fairwell and some of his friends have made money out of that transfer.
Absolutely. No, it's corruption. No, there's something going on there. There has to be. See, in our league, right? This is where no one should be fucking looking with their tinted specs. See, if someone in our league's getting signed for 10 million, you have to be fucking good. You have to be. 10 million here's 100 million in England.
That doesn't mean that you can be good and just flop at Rangers. Because let's be honest, Tor Andrew Flo was a great player.
Yeah.
He just didn't really perform at Rangers. But when Rangers paid 12 million for Tor Andrew Flo, it looked like it was £12 million well spent because the guy was banging in goals for Chelsea. He had a good record with Norway. Tor Andrew Flo was a very good player. And I wouldn't say he flopped at Rangers. He just didn't... He didn't perform the way you'd expect your mega main record signing to play, but this Shermitty guy, there's nothing to say, and I know inflation's went up since then, but there's nothing to suggest this guy.
Yeah, but our league's not.
There's nothing to suggest this guy's worth £8. Never mind,
$8
million.
But look at other deals, right? Look at Ryan Kent. Yeah, I know Rangers spent $7 million, right? We spent $7 million, but Ryan Kent on his day was unplayable. He fucking took defences like Dortmund, Leipzig, Porto on walks. Right? Didn't really back it up with stats, but for me, I can see why Rangers went and spent money on him. See with Danilo, he's turned out to be shite, but at least when we signed him, he was 24, playing for Feyenoord, had decent stats, in a good league. This guy's get fucking hee-haw.
Yeah, no stats, not even playing.
Yeah, and it's like, right, you've bashed Aramida, I've bashed Aramida in that deal, right? But let's be real, guy came into Celtic, got them over the line in the league and a cup. You can see why Celtic spent the money. It's not like they just fucking forked money to thin air, right? This deal reeks of shite.
Reeks of corruption, reeks of money laundering.
There's just nothing.
It reeks of a lot of people benefiting behind the scenes, apart from Rangers. Rangers are the only person that have benefited from this deal.
Anyway, that is it. Russell Martin's got to go. Andrew Kavanagh sitting in the stands. He's got to sack him. Willie, no. 3 games left before the next international break. Will Martin see October?
What are the next 3 games?
Away to Livy, away to Storm Graz, and away to Falkirk. 3 winnable games. 3 games on paper we should be smoking, and I think we could be walking away with no wins. Easy.
Is that 3 games he must win to save his job?
I'll have to wait. Well,
hold on.
I'd sack him. I'd have sacked him after the Dundee game.
He's taking on the 2 newly promoted teams for the championship, so he kind of needs to win them. And then he's taking on Sturm Graz. But after losing the night, they need a result in Europe in their second game. If Rangers start the campaign with back-to-back defeats against 2 of the lesser teams, in my opinion, that they've drawn against, then I think Rangers' chances for a top 24 finish are looking slim.
No, they are. I mean, we haven't even really addressed the elephant in the room. The coefficient is dead, folks.
I gave up on the coefficient. Celtic, the worst Celtic team we've seen in a lot of years.
And the other two teams are 11th and 12th.
Aye, so I mean, what is there to talk about, really? Coefficient's done. I've accepted it. The coefficient's beat this season.
What we're looking at is Celtic enjoy the Conference League in a few years. The rest of us enjoy fuck all. That's what we're going to be looking at.
Yep.
And that you may be thinking, well, that's a wee step too fast. No, how's it getting better? This season is going to be as bad as the Champions League season a couple of years ago, and probably worse.
I agree, and I think going forward, we're only going to be guaranteed one team in Europe.
Yeah. Anyway, Rangers 0, Genk 1. Just an awful performance. Just brutal. I don't see the 10 men. You're right. See before it, we're playing shite. Genk had about 8-9 clear-cut chances, and if they were good, it would have been like Club Brugge again.
Yeah.
There's no excuses for Martin. And like I said earlier, you'll agree with this, right? They keep banging on about, well, Pep Guardiola gets hundreds of millions to spend. That's why he makes it work, this style of play. Do you not agree that because Martin spent like 40 million, then he's essentially spent Pep money in this league? He fucking has.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much money necessarily Martin's spending. It matters how much money he's spending in comparison to the teams he's playing against.
If he was getting found out in Europe, right, I know this game is Europe, but if it was solely Europe, then you'd be like, right, well, maybe to a degree. He's getting found out against Stephen Presley's Dundee.
Yeah, but
he'll get found out against Davy Martindale, the technician.
Rangers spending like 26 million in the Scottish Premiership. If you scale it to what the teams like Livingston and shit are spending, then that's probably worth more than Pep's 200 million.
Yeah. It's like Chelsea spent $2 billion over like a year, didn't they? Or was it over $1 billion in a year? I guarantee you the team that spent the least in the Premier League probably spent close to about 100 million.
But let's say City spend 200 million or whatever. I'd say the lowest spending team in the Premier League in a window probably spends about 40 million.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that.
Probably more, but so that's a fifth. That's a fifth of what the Man City are spending. So Rangers spent 26 million.
Yep.
Do you think Livingston are
spending... Might have been more than that. I need to add
do you think Livingston are spending a fifth of that? Do you think Livingston are spending You think Livy are spending 5.2 million in a window?
Of course they're not.
So see when you actually scale it. See, if you look at Pep's teams, the gap in finances and in terms of transfer money spent, the scale between Rangers and the teams in the Scottish Premiership compared to Pep's City and the other teams in the Premier, it's massive.
Anyway, one thing. I mean, I don't even know. Where do you go? Where do Rangers go for this?
Well, I think they'll struggle to qualify.
I mean, there's no positives. There's not. You're right though. We've lost, and now 8 becomes 7, and 2 of those games are against Porto and Roma. Fucking God help this team against Porto and Roma.
Yeah. I think Rangers. What does he need for top 24? Probably 7 or 8 points.
I struggle to see it. When it looks like the best result you can get to draw, and that double one. Anyway, fans react soon, and hopefully an announcement about that bastard being sacked. Yeah.